Legendary souls! Hope you're having a beautiful day. My name is Joff and I assist people raise their vibration. All right. Today I've been meaning to speak about this for the last few days actually, just to get one out. And today's the day. No expectations, no idea what I'm actually going to talk about. But comparison, that's the word. That's the word, the vibration that's what I knew I was going to talk about. Where this goes, I have no idea. All I know is the comparison is a trap. If you compare your experience to someone else's experience, trap, absolute trap. And what do I mean by that? Well, that's the thing is, you're just moseying along, having your experience, enjoying your time, and someone else comes along and it seems like they're having a better time, and you're going to compare yourself to them. I'm not saying that you do it. It's just one of those things where society standards have programmed us in many ways to limit us, to frustrate us, to put us in fear, to put us in lower vibrational frequencies. Yeah, and we're moving into this fifth dimension. We're in the fifth dimension. That's the thing, is the more you raise your vibration, the more you let go of lower vibrational things that no longer serve you, like comparison, for example. Like jealousy. Man, I got mozzies around me. Things like that, fear, shame, guilt, that kind of stuff. Once you let go of these things by working through them, by facing yourself, by being in silence, being in stillness, being with yourself, meditation, this kind of stuff, all of these things allow the lower vibrations to leave. And I'll put a video in my a link in the description below. It's just a video about 3D to 5D, just limitedness to unlimitedness. It only goes for 8.5 minutes. Very powerful video. Probably one of the most powerful videos that I've ever made, and very magical. Very magical video. So I'll recommend to watch that. But yeah, so that's the thing, is in this society standards that I speak of right now, there's a lot of limitations going on. There's a lot of comparison, battling that they want us to do. They want us to fight each other. Basically, they want us to fight each other. And who are they? You guys know. I've put it in my videos before, but it's like just the long story short is like, the powers that be, the negative ETs, if you want to put it like that, which is not to be feared if you have no idea what I'm talking about, because they're leaving right now. Good idea to check out a few of my other videos if any of this resonates with you or you would like to learn more, because I kind of go in and out of that. I like to focus more on just unlimiting any sort of limits within any one of us, because we're unlimited beings having a temporary human experience. That's what I like to kind of focus on. But lately I feel like I've been talking a bit about these negative ETs, and they're losing their power. The Queen's gone. The Queen was a negative ET, in my opinion, or she was very much linked to them, and she's gone. So that's the thing, is that there's a lot more awareness shining through right now. It's like beaming at us, especially if you get some sunshine right now. Great idea. Great idea. The sunshine is going to assist in the purification within your being. Anyway, I was talking about comparison here. Wow. So anyway, you look at the society standards. They want us to compare ourselves to each other. Look at I'll give you a couple of examples here. I remember when I was in high school, there's a lot of young girls that were comparing themselves with other young girls about like the beauty side of things. Oh, you look beautiful. Looks out, external, by the way, material. Oh, you look beautiful. Oh, you look comparison. Just like a bombardment of comparison. And I remember those days. Very clearly. I couldn't understand what was going on. I was like, the fuck's going on here? Everyone's comparing themselves with others? The fuck? And even with guys, it was the same kind of thing. The young fellas just comparing themselves. I've got this, or I've got that. Very masculine shit. And I was just like, man, I don't know what's going on here. To observe a lot. But yeah, that's the thing, is when you're comparing yourself with someone else, you're looking outside of yourself for like validation. It's really, it's a trap. It's a trap. And again, in their society standards, look at the end of year high school enter score into like university or whatever happens after university, happens after high school, wherever you are in the world. Isn't it interesting? They make us battle each other, basically. So you're all competing against the same, or against each other for a high score. Isn't that very interesting? Like that's the kind of stuff that they've been doing for us. And it's like, it's more and more in plain sight right now for many people to become aware of and be like, oh, those cheeky pricks. How dare they? What the fuck? You know what I mean? So that's the trap that they've given to many of us. Because I've been speaking about this comparison thing for the last kind of few weeks with people, and even as I'm talking to people, they're still comparing themselves to me, and I'm like, that's very interesting. I didn't say shit after that because none of my business, but it's just very interesting about this comparison energy that continues to take place, you know. And that's the thing is, I've had to work through my own comparison stuff. You know what I mean? Like more so with my brother. I guess that would be the only person that I might have compared myself to in this experience. Like, yeah, but I'm sure maybe there was more, but I had to work through it and let it go. Let it go. That's the thing is, it's all about letting it go. And basically, there's no comparison. It's be happy for someone. That's what it's about. Oh, someone's in a situation that's beautiful. Oh, good on them. Fucking yes. Encouragement. No comparison shit. No battling shit. Encouragement. We're all a big fucking team at the end of the day. We're all a big team. And the more that we encourage others and empower others, the more that they're going to raise their vibration with you as well. Unfortunately, a lot of us, if not all of us, as a youngster, as a young naive being in this experience, we succumbed to a lot of this comparison battling energy. You know, people taking energy from others, people battling for energy, people battling for things. You know, it's like, whereas there's infinite things, there's infinite everything. You know, we just were told that you've got to take this or that, or you've got to, you know, battle for this or that, or, you know, compare, you know, because, you know, maybe with this comparison energy, it's about like not being good enough because someone else is this and you're doing this, and then you're comparing themselves to them. It's like, what the fuck is that? Nah, that's trap. That's a big trap, ultimate trap. For me, comparison is one of the most ultimate traps that actually exist in this experience. It's a big thing for me to say, big thing. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to put that video in the description. Man, this Moses is going crazy right now while I'm talking about this. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So yeah, just be aware of if you're comparing your experience to someone else's experience. Because I mean, that's another thing as well, is that you go deep with this. I could talk about this for a while. But that's the thing is that if you're, say for example, I don't know, you're 30 years old and someone's 40 years old or 10 years younger, whatever. All right. If you're going to compare yourself to someone that's older than you, that's having a better time or something like that, trap, obviously. But that's the thing is that maybe they're an older soul than you, or maybe they're a younger soul than you. That's the thing is that we don't know. Well, we do. I'm sure the more that you tune into yourself, you can tune into where your vibrational frequency is at. And that's one of these areas where you can kind of look at, like, I know, for example, I've got a young legend that's in my experience. He's roughly 21 years old, and he's an old soul. Like, he's cruising right now, and there'd be people that are like double his age where he's flying through, and they'd be looking at him, comparing themselves to this kid, like trying to like fuck with him to basically take his energy so they can feel better about themselves, comparing themselves to him. And that's a very interesting thing, because there's no comparison. There's no comparison. It's about being happy for him. What can I learn from this high vibrational being that's living in harmony? You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's about learning from others and encouraging others. And then good on you, man. Fucking cruising, man. Like, you got any tips? You know, that's the kind of stuff that it's all about right now. It's not about comparing yourself, being like, oh, you're doing this or you're doing that, jealous. Oh, that's oh, I wish I could do that. That kind of shit. That is comparison, my friends. So if you find yourself doing that, this is a very in your face video right now. Very in your face video, and it's good. It's healthy. Very healthy, because comparison is a trap, and it's if you're comparing yourself to anyone, great idea to stop and pause in those moments, because that's the beauty of it. Right at the end of this video, right at the end of it, you get the nugget, the big nugget. Anytime, if you tap into it and you're comparing yourself to someone else, tap into it in that moment and stop it. That's the thing, is you can be like, oh, I did it. You claim responsibility and you let it go. You say, okay, no more comparing. Good on them. Because that's the thing, is what you're doing is you're disempowering them as well. If you're comparing and say, oh, jealous, or wish I could do that, something like that, so be like, no, good on you for doing that. You're a legend for doing that. I can do that too, because we're all unlimited beings here. But it's about, you got to do the work. You got to figure it out. Interesting, huh? Interesting. Anyway, I might do a part 2. We'll see. But if you like this video, please share this video with someone you feel it may benefit. But yeah. No more comparison. No more of that. Be you. Do you. You are unique and sovereign, and you are beautiful. Aussies everywhere. with an open mind and an open heart, anything is possible. Peace and love.